Okay, hey everybody, this is John. For the free video, let's take a look at the S&Ps. It is currently 6:30 p.m. So we did get the bounce here at the bottom of the bands, and now the question is, first of all, is this a real rally? And secondly, if so, where do we go? The answer is yes. In the short term, this is a real rally. Today, the financials were strong. Everything moved that was supposed to move today. All asset classes were up. Risk was being put back on the table, and essentially, this market rally was not some reaction or anything like that. It was, the attitude was, wow, we need to take some risk. We need to put some risk on. Bonds were down, stocks were up, gold was up, silver was up. So it was a really solid move. So with that, I would look at a minimum that we actually do test this upper purple band. That's about 1262. And I think that's going to happen sooner rather than later. We're only down like 50 ticks. So tomorrow, the rule of thumb here is that when you get a big up day like this, we're up like some 35 points in the S&Ps. And if tomorrow we gap down like 6 or 7 points, that's actually like a 98% probability that the market is going to fill its gap. Those are like the highest probability gaps that you can get. Now, if it's like a 15-point gap, you got to be a little bit more careful. But it's like, less than 8 points. All right, so that's kind of the God's gift to the trader tomorrow morning, if that works out. All right, and if we look here on the weekly chart, you can see we still have the squeeze setting up, and just kind of a, if this thing really gets carried away on the weekly, we could get a fairly crazy move there to the upside. All right. Okay, so quick update tonight. I did have actually a lot of questions on options today. So just so you guys know, this is kind of where we do the options trading, simpler options, sister site of TTM. So today we are keeping our bid at 310 on TLT. It did come down to about $3.30. These prices have not been updated yet. We do have the 45 contracts on the. This is an income generation trade right here, doing the weekly. We paid 95 cents for it today. Gold went up, which is the way we wanted to do. So it looks like that we'll get our maximum gain on that. And then RAX had a good day, and we are setting the targets today for target 1 and target 2. And then we are adding 3 positions tonight. The first is a put credit spread on Google on the weeklies. That's an income generation trade. The second is a put spread on BIDU, and that's on the weeklies, and that's an income generation trade. And then finally, we're doing a directional put play on CME, and we'll be setting these up tonight as well in the newsletter. So for those of you that have not, either aren't familiar with the site, all you have to do is just come to the home page. There'll be membership options. There's only one service here. Just come here. You can actually try it free for 30 days, and then after that, we do have the before, we haven't really promoted the site very much, so we have kind of the transition fee, or you want to call it the charter rate membership of $79.95 a month. That's what it would be if you like it after that. But that's what we do, is just kind of the trade the options here and stuff like that. But you can try it for 4 weeks for free. You just come there and fill out the information right down there. All right, so I can give you guys a link to that. And finally, there have been a lot of questions on this. We're getting a lot of interest in it, and just people are kind of getting nervous, like what's the next steps and things like that. So once you send us, when you email, you just email me, and then we'll send you the disclosure document. Once you look through that and say, okay, this looks fine, you sign it and just send it back to us. Once you've done that, you've secured your spot. So at this point, what we're doing is, once we're kind of getting the disclosure documents in order, and then once we've got the max, which we're actually getting about halfway there right now, then at that point we'll then kind of give you the next instruction. So at this point, if you've done the dedocs, you've sent it in, you can, at least if you want to fund the account, you can, but at the minimum, you're just kind of like, there's nothing much to do now. So once you've done that, your spot is secured. You don't have to do much else. We're not going to actually, the plan is to get all the dedocs together, and then we're just going to kind of get all the accounts funded at the same time and then start trading. So we're anticipating about the second week in January in terms of by the time we would start trading, but it'll depend on when kind of everybody gets their account open and stuff like that. We'd kind of just like to start everybody at the same time. So it's not an exact date when it's going to start, but just want to let you know that if you've got your dedoc in, your spot is secured. So I just wanted to let you know about that, and that'll be getting kicked off as we get into 2020. 2012. All right. If you guys have any other questions, just let us know. Otherwise, we'll see you at the next update.